Thank you, Sherry. All right, we're going to have some fun. We're going to talk about something serious, too. He loves the spotlight, but does not shy away from talking about his darker days. Anthony Grupido has performed magic, it seems like, just about everywhere.
Yeah, a lot of people recognize me from Imagine Theaters and Jimmy John's Field in Utica, and I'm back on Fox too, so
yes,
I'm super excited.
And we are so glad you're here. So you use your skills as a magician to entertain people, but also you are trying to spread what you call the magic of hope. So let's talk about your story a little bit, and then we are going to have he's going to wow us with some magic tricks too.
Yeah.
So Anthony, first of all, tell me about your story and why mental health is so important to you.
Yeah, I just blatantly in high school, I had my bouts. I'm a 3-time suicide attempt survivor. I struggled with self-harm and a lot of different, things, and just a wrestling injury really put me down, and my emotional well-being in high school was just shot. And I didn't have coping skills. I didn't know how to deal with it or who to go to or speak up for myself. So after being at Common Ground and then going to Oakland Family Services for therapy and things like that, I was able to get my life back on track. And that's why for the last 6 years, I've visited schools and conferences doing a presentation called The Magic of Hope, where I'm using magic to educate and entertain audiences about depression, anxiety, and coping skills.
And how do you incorporate magic into a talk about all this? Because it's very fun and light, but that's very serious. So how do you combine those two things?
I try to use magic as a presentation tool. It's one of the oldest presentation tools that we have. It just kind of acts as symbolism and is able to provide an interactive and visual metaphor that gets people interested and gets people really thinking about it. Magic opens up a realm of possibilities, and I truly believe it might be able to make the stigma of mental health disappear one day.
All right, I want you to tell everybody, so you've got some special performances coming up, and beginning with Friday night, this Friday.
This Friday, we're at Jimmy John's Field in Utica for Suicide Prevention Awareness Night. And Saturday night, I'm headlining my own show at 20 Front Street in downtown Lake Orion. And tickets are still available, but we'll be doing an entertaining, educating session. And then in a couple weeks, Ride to End Suicide, which will be over in the Romeo area, where hundreds of people get on their bikes and ride around and spread awareness and raise money for it.
All right, let's call over Sherry, who is here to be impressed by your magic. You're going to do a trick. What do you got up your sleeve here, Anthony?
Well, no sleeves today.
No sleeves
today,
so to speak.
So I wanted to create a card trick that was able to, I don't know, well, normally I'd have you pick out a card, but here's the thing, all the cards are blank. So when I'm going through the roughest times with my depression, I have a hard time processing my emotions and putting a label on things. So that's why I left them blank. It could be anything for anybody.
Interesting.
A lot of times it makes me feel kind of hopeless, So what I was going to do is normally I'd have you pick out a card, but I was just going to cut the pack up a little bit and remind everybody, the stigma of mental health. Maybe the reason we have it is because the tools we use to better ourselves aren't flashy. They're not something we would share on social media. They're not like Instagrammable. So I scaled down a tool that we all have in our household that isn't flashy. And it's a little bit embarrassing to ask for or to use, especially when you're at somebody's house.
Okay.
And it is the common household plunger.
Oh, that's a little one.
So I wouldn't call the tool sexy by any means, but what we can use. I'm going to use it to help me find hope in a place that people never knew it existed at all. See? Check it out.
Oh, that's fabulous. Can you see that on here? Let me hold that up.
Yeah, let's get that.
To find hope. And you found hope.
Yeah. And it's
with the plunger.
Yeah.
A little plunger.
It's so important that we approach mental health with a preventative, care mindset where instead of waiting until it's so out of control, we can catch our emotional well-being on a downwards trend and take care of it from there, which is actually why I put myself back in therapy a couple months ago.
Good for you. We're so glad you're doing well.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
And thanks for being so outspoken, so
story.
honest. Yeah. All right. Good luck tomorrow night.
Yeah. Thank you,
And the
guys.
night
Hopefully
after.
I'll see you there. Saturday night at 20 Front Street will be a big night. So
Thanks, Dan.
thank you,
And
guys.
we'll be right back.